Welcome to Laurel Smith of Chicago, Illinois' latest archaeological, theological, and astronomical-based discovery images. In which uncovers the Old Testament glowing wooden like U.F.O alien that created the first elongated headed African atom. And if we look at the 400-year-old mistranslated European King James Bible text, speaking of or uplifting Israel, a European faced false state in the African continent, children of Ham, land of Judah. Remember, Ezra 1:3 tells us, let us go to Jerusalem, which is located in the land of Judah. It does not say in the land of Israel. So when we see the Old Testament glowing will in the world like U.F.O aliens upon the book of Galatians in the Bible, 4th chapter, 25th verse, it tells us Mount Sinai is located in Midian, Arabia. So if we look at this and go to Midian, Arabia with satellite imagery and look straight down upon pyramid-shaped mountains, it becomes clear that the Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramids was created to the alien faces that appear on the Araru, Jabal, Alawel, West, true Mount Sinai area. So the Giza Sphinx that was denied in a theological-based form of racism 400 years ago in the 16th century by the European Gentile nations, or King James, when he appointed 72 Greek and Hebrew scholars to travel to Judea and Jerusalem and study the Islamic Aramaic Dead Sea Scrolls. So their theological-based form of racism actually concealed the black man face that we now see couched down upon a lion's body in front of the northeast African continent, Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramids. But as we come full circle to pyramids in the Antarctic Circle with alien faces and Giza Sphinx faces, the Giza Sphinx line of the tribe of Judah. If we go to Mount Sinai of Galatians 4th chapter 25th verse, Mount Sinai is located in Midian, Arabia. We look down upon with satellite imagery, we see pyramid-shaped mountains. So this 100% answers all the mysterious questions as to did the African continent children of Ham, aliens in will and will like UFOs, help construct the Giza pyramids. Well, now we see that if you draw everybody's familiar with the shape of the African continent, so I'm using that in my video where I put a big red A in the center of Africa, and to the right or east north coastline of Africa is the Euphrates River, a thin strip of water, and to the right of that is the V-shaped piece of land. Now remember, I put a big red B there. Now Judea is at the top, Syria is under Judea, Jerusalem is under Judea, Syria is under Jerusalem, Iraq, where Babylon is under Syria. Arabia is at the bottom. Now, it just so happens that ever since the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible was constructed by European Gentile nations that denied the Giza Sphinx in front of the Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramid as being the origin of ancient Judaism, well, it brainwashed ministers, preachers, theologians, and archaeologists all around the world and into believing that a European faced false state of Israel was the origin or the apple of the alien creator of man's eye. Well, we see who was in the eye of the alien creator of man. We see a black man face on a lion's body called the Giza Sphinx line of the tribe of Judah. Now this face appears if you draw a line going east from A, the African continent, Giza Sphinx line of Judah area, across the Red Sea, the Euphrates River. You intersect the Judean desert. And also, if you draw a line slightly south from the Giza Sphinx face, going across that same a thin strip of water from A into B, you intersect Jabal Alawel. Now, we don't see no European false face Israelites mountain structures in Jabal Island West. We do not see them in the Judean desert. All we see is Giza Sphinx stone mountain-shaped carvings, face sphinx carved in a mountain, and aliens with long watermelon-shaped heads, big black oval-shaped eyes. These aliens have no penis or vagina. They stand about 4 feet tall. They have smooth skin between their legs where a woman's vagina would be. So you can't call the alien creator of man a he. But yet the Bible makes the mistake of calling, referring to Jehovah and Jesus. Well, Jesus, we know he's a he because we see he has a penis underneath his white robe. So he's a man-based prophet. But Jehovah, you have to come to realize, is another man-based, false man-based Lord God where religion character, because Jehovah has a penis underneath his white robe. So the aliens that created the first elongated headed Africans, which do not exist today in Egypt. If you go back in time, you see Genesis 1:26, elongated headed African Adamic race as elongated headed Babylonians and elongated headed Pharaohs. But this brings us back to the tourist section. When you go to Jabal Island West, they're going to take you and show you a group of mountains. Now this is walking up to the holy mountain of Galatians 4:25. Mount Sinai is located in Midian, Arabia. So when you look at the videos on YouTube of the close-up image of the mountain, right, you're going to say, wait a minute, are you using the light of God? Since the light of the body is in the eye? Yeah, if humans use that same light, that holy hydrogen light creation that lights every man that comes into the world, they'll see what I see. You're going to see things the normal human being wouldn't see. I'm talking about the European Gentile nations that conquered Africa. So why? Because you can't have a 5 billion-year-old Earth, the age of the Earth in astronomy and carbon-14 dating, being created by a white man and separating the waters and dry land before 1 John 1:1, 15 billion-year-old sun throne that existed in the black outer region of space before it created the 5 billion-year-old world. So if they're telling you that Jehovah created the world in the book of Genesis, separated the dry land from the water, and then paused, took a break, paused, and then turned around and say, let there be light. That's the bald-faced lie you're reading in the English King James Bible, first book of Genesis. In other words, if you common sense take hold of you, you're going to say, well, if this light is creating fruits, vegetables, apples, and oranges, shining 93 million miles away from Malachi 4:2 or 1 John 1:1, biblical light that existed in the black outer regions of space before it created the 5 billion-year-old world, then we can't have an earth in outer space, black outer space, being created by a white man, a false man-based European Lord God where religion character called Jehovah. We can't have an earth being created in the black outer region of space before the sun.